Hello, everyone. My name is Xavier Simpson, and welcome back to the IB, student podcast, third episode. And today we're just gonna talk about what is the RP and kind of how we've been dealing with the RP as the draft's coming up, like our RP draft due date's coming up,
Literally tomorrow,
and our RP final is due coming up in less than 2 months from now.
It's like less than a month.
It's just over. No, it's December 4th.
Right? Oh,
4th. Yeah.
Fourth?
So
then it's
today as I'm making this being October 28th.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So I guess
being just barely over 2 months. So yeah.
Yeah.
I guess to introduce you guys, this is AJ Garcia and Carson Utzler again as our previous co-host.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I guess. Have you guys been with your RP?
I've finished with my draft. It is completely good. I haven't turned it in yet because I'm waiting till tomorrow. I'm gonna do like a final review. I wonder if she'll look at it, but probably not. I think it's pretty good. I've fulfilled all the criteria. I'm hoping.
You're hoping. Yeah.
I'm not too confident, mostly because it's a draft and I kind of rushed it.
Well, that's what it's for. Yeah, just like.
I also did change my topic like 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
So
what is your topic?
So what I'm looking at is the use of developing AI in the military, especially when it comes to like engineers and weapons. Drone strikes was particularly something I focused on, and the use of AI in that, or in the use of AI in strategy, in military strategy, and tracking and UAVs. That's kind of and basically the dilemma is whether engineers should continue to develop and produce AI for military use. That's basically it.
Okay, so then your CTE track is the
engineering pathway. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, like you, Carson, right?
Yeah. Yes, I am in the engineering pathway. Yes.
Yeah. You wanna talk about your
my RP?
Yeah, your dilemma.
So I'm not entirely done with the draft yet. Still working through it. Okay. My ethical dilemma is along the lines of like whether countries should continue like to advance on research having to do with like bioengineering and specifically like genetic modification and a concept called
designer babies.
Yes, like with the CRISPR incident in like 2018. But more specifically mirror life, which is a concept in biology of like the chirality of molecules and kind of taking DNA molecules, which are known as are referred to as right-handed molecules, and then kind of taking the mirror image of those and then seeing like what their properties are and whether that could like substantiate like an actual life form.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I feel different from you guys because I'm the computer science pathway.
Oh yeah.
You're a little.
But mine's actually similar to yours. Mm-hmm. So it's actually should developers and programmers be able to control AI and AI biases and algorithms? So it's basically just talking about like should, say, the developer of OpenAI be able to decide what ChatGPT is relaying to you, like if you wanted to swear at you, if you wanted to say profanity or vulgar ideas, or ideas of like maybe sexual acts, things that usually you don't have children or have it PG-13. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm sure there's like some privacy concerns there.
Yeah,
too.
that's kind of my RP. But
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I guess how to go in. What is the RP for what we know?
Yes.
In my knowledge, the RP is a 3,000 word, I guess, essay that is replacement of the senior project of Renaissance High School, since we don't really have a different, I guess, senior project or senior class to take. It's graded through IB, but it's counted as our senior project, so we use it to graduate along with like other requirements. But it's 3,000 words. You have to have an ethical dilemma. It has to be connected to your career force, and you only take it through the IBCP pathway.
Yeah.
So, as mine's connected to AI because it's computer science.
It's a relevant issue in the computer science field.
As technology advances, the use of automated systems and adaptable systems such as AI is just going to be kind of ever present.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And that's kind of why mine kind of also concerns it. It is more focused on the developmental aspect than it is like the AI in itself, or I guess managing the AI in itself. But it is also very relevant to AI. I guess you are actually. It's kind of weird because we're all kind of connected in that. We got AI here. We're both in the engineering pathway, but you're focused more on the bio. On bio
Yeah, bioengineering. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kinda,
And
that is beyond me.
to be more specific, yeah, like the RP kind of adds some like those cultural implications to like our ethical dilemma. How does that vary internationally and also locally, like how we see that like pertinent to like our own life, and how that like affects us personally, and how we can see that between cultures and how people might perceive the relevant issues, whether they're relevant to us or maybe
Relevant to them.
exactly,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's like the most valuable thing about the RP to me
Mm-hmm.
is definitely exploring like the nature and perspectives of other cultures and other people, because inherently we are required not to just look at it locally, but also from the global and cultural perspectives, which is part of the requirements when it comes to writing the RP.
Yeah, and then there's like the Kidder's paradigms that has you put it like through specific lenses, is like individual versus community.
Kidder paradigms.
Oh,
You're not a fan
That's
of
a
them?
rough subject.
Really? Really?
I remember in PPS first year, I remember I completely spaced the Kidder paradigms
Oh, no.
for half the year, and it took me down a pathway I did not want to go down because I completely just out of my brain.
hey, but that's for you guys, you know. Don't be like him.
Don't
Yeah.
forget the Kidder paradigm.
They were surprisingly important. I did not expect that our RP would
Yeah.
be so. We would have to like directly reference them in our RP.
Like how much like it would actually play into the framework of the
Yeah,
RP
like-
itself. Yeah.
Like not knowing them is kind of detrimental to
I
you.
thought PPS was just a free class until this year.
Yeah,
I
to be
mean,
fair.
it all builds up towards
Yeah.
our RP, which is our senior project
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
And it doesn't have to be like over 3,000 words. The maximum
Yeah.
is actually 3,000, right?
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
assuming. I think its maximum is around 3,500 actually.
Really?
But I think recommended is around 2,800 ish.
I always thought it was.
It could be-
It varies. It varies.
It
but,
could be
like,
3,000. I think it also could vary based on like school,
Yeah.
or I guess.
Well, they don't want you to go too far over 3,000. Yeah, there will be variation. I think like the hard set is like don't go over 3,500.
Yeah.
Like they want you to at least get like 2,500 or like 2,600, probably like around there.
Yeah,
Shoot for 3,000.
3,000 should be like the goal, and nothing. And I guess you could go slightly over, but probably want to avoid that.
My draft's barely pushing 1,700 right now. So
No.
Oh,
Wait, did you
honestly, I'm
turn
like
in
on
your
the same page
draft?
as you. I'm on
Not-
the same page as you right now. So
I haven't turned it in yet.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's like a good draft.
Oh, yeah, I guess for a draft,
Mm-hmm.
as long as you update it, because some people don't update their drafts. As
Yeah.
Richmond, our PPS2 teacher, was pointing out. She said, I don't know if she said it in your class, but explicitly she said in mine that, some people just like turn in their draft and then don't change it and they stick with that grade. So I mean, I guess if your draft isn't your final and you're gonna update it, then yeah, it doesn't matter. But I mean,
Yeah.
if you turn in your draft, you don't have to turn in anything for like the rest of the year when it comes to the RP.
Well, AJ, I
Yeah.
think you probably have a bit more to say with like the criterions or like the
That's true. I
curriculum,
do have them
with,
pulled
like
up.
the scoring.
That's right.
Holy
How
segue.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying.
That's fair. How do you guys feel about your focus and method, which is criterion A, which is basically how well you identify your ethical dilemma and make it and showcase its relevance and context? Do you?
I believe mine specifically, I'm able to show it good in context because I mean, everyone here uses AI, whether or not it's for assignments or if it's for just like just to look up some random thing.
Yeah.
I know everyone here has at least used AI once, and I'm sure 99% of the people watching this or that will watch this have used AI. So
At least once.
I can definitely,
Yeah.
pull in my context a little bit more than maybe others like Mirror Life or, yours.
Mine, which is AI in the military. That one is definitely
Yeah.
more specific.
And so it's definitely like, everyone who's used AI has, had one prompt where it's been like, no, I'm afraid I can't answer this for you, and that's kind of playing to that bias and censorship of AI. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
my context is pretty easily proven.
Well,
I was gonna say.
for my context, it's not like the hardest thing ever. Like again, I'm primarily focusing on mirror life, like as a concept and how that, like the ethicality of like whether we should continue research like that. But like I can still have a lot of context specifically, or not like specifically. I kind of layered it with genetic modification, so that way I could have kind of like a cushion of saying like, okay, so this is like how like genetic research or experiments have been taken or maybe even misused in the past, and like also some like relevant cultural perspectives on its uses, like especially like religiously, like that is something I feel like is like a large.
Does religion come up when it comes to your like sources or data?
Yeah, I'd say religion is a pretty big factor in relation to like a lot of the other ones, like relative to like some of the other cultural factors. But I mean, again, like a lot of people think of like GMOs and like how genetic modification has been used, like under the light of religion. Like that's how they kind of like judge it. So
that makes sense. And then I guess we're gonna continue on because there's a lot of criteria.
Yeah.
Wait, how many criteria are there again?
We're going from A to E.
Oh,
A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah.
So there's 5, I guess. But like they're all.
I'm glad you know your ABCs.
Thank you. They're all in very good detail. But criterion B is our knowledge and understanding in the context as you provided in your focus method. So pretty much what that means is how well can you demonstrate your understanding of your topic, of your dilemma, and its relation to whatever you're explaining, right?
yeah. Which, I mean, I guess that varies definitely depending on your topic and I guess in relation to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, I mean, I'm sure you have some way to relate to your, like, military AI, and you surely have some way to relate
That's
to
true.
your medical, you know.
I mean, my dad
Well-
was trying to be a pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you remember research in comms where I did that presentation on CRISPR? We had the same class.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't, but I
Back
No,
in,
I,
like, the
no, I remember
freshman
it.
year?
It was on,
Yeah.
Wow.
what was it? Wasn't the miracle drug?
kind of.
I'm
it
pretty sure
was-
we did that presentation together, but
I thought I did it solo. Maybe
I wasn't
not.
in your class. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was just like on CRISPR and like heritable like genetic disorders.
oh
and
no,
stuff
that
like
was yeah, that was
Yeah,
solo.
no.
I was talking about what was
Penicillin.
the penicillin? I was talking about
we
the,
did that together.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, some of the other criterions.
Okay.
Unless there was something else you wanted to add to,
No.
add to that.
No,
How
Okay.
you guys,
That's
you guys feel
perfectly
good on
fine with
that?
me, yeah.
Yeah, you've got everything.
I think we already talked about kind of our
That's true.
in-depth context when
That's
we
true.
talked
When
about
we're
the
talking about-
criterion A.
Yeah,
Mhm.
as long as like you feel like you could connect it, understand it. But our criterion C is critical thinking. That's a fun word or a fun set of words.
I have heard critical thinking way too much being an IB.
That's true.
Oh yeah. all the
Um,
analytical. Yeah.
But it's just now the presentation of your argument and your understanding of it. How well do you, I guess, consider it? Do you feel like that you have thought it through, Xavier? Do you?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I do not think I've thought it through yet. I needed a couple, maybe 1,000 more words, and I
Oh,
could have
really?
thought it through.
yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah, you're
For-
1,700, right?
Yeah.
So it's
1,700
due tomorrow.
11:59.
Okay, you're right.
Okay.
Don't be this one.
Yeah. He's a good
I'm
example.
gonna be working on it today, but
He's
What a-
going
what a
ice
great-
skating
what a great
later today.
host.
Just
What a
so you
great
know.
host.
that's tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
What a great host.
I know. But how we feel about critical thinking, Carson?
For me specifically, it's all right.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Do
You got-
you,
you
do
got
you
any
have the
depth with that?
conclusion?
The conclusion?
No,
'Cause-
maybe some depth with your critical thinking skills on your paper.
Shoot. I might not be able to do that.
You don't present a clear and ethical.
No.
understanding?
I feel like I'm pretty clear. Like I feel like I might get like repetitive here and there
Yeah.
in like some places, but overall I feel like I have a good direction of like where I want to go,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to like with the dilemma and like the cultural implications, especially that, and like a lot of the perspectives. I feel like I have a lot to analyze. Maybe not specifically with mirror life, although there is a lot of international discussion about it because it can lead to large scale ecological devastation.
Really?
Well, possibly, hypothetically.
Okay.
I
feel
won't go
that's a
in, like
bigger
too
can
into
of
depth.
worms.
If people want to know, they can research it themselves.
I'm just saying, that's
I
a
think it's
bigger-
pretty
that's a big
interesting.
can of worms for us to go into with the time we have.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is probably one of my weaker points, to be honest. And the only reason I say that is because my topic is, well, first of all, again, I switched to it 2 weeks ago, so really thinking through in depth and showcasing that is kind of on the weaker side. But I do think that if I just refine it after Ms. Richmond reviews it, I feel like I can make this point really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that.
And then criterion D, communication. It's just it's
How you
how
may be
readable is
communicating
it?
it. Yeah.
How readable is it? Is pretty
Mhm.
much how I'd put.
I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I believe I have an extensive like vocabulary, I guess, when it comes to writing. So I believe that I believe it's going to be well communicated, but that's maybe to the people of IB rather than not like, fellow students. I guess because there's some words I use that maybe other students wouldn't know, like anaphrah
I have
or
no idea what that means.
cacophony, which
know what
it's
that
not
one is.
like words I've used in my, RP itself, but just words like that. So I mean, I think I'll be well communicated
pulling
enough.
from that Lang and Lit guide. Overall, when it comes to communication, like I feel like I'm kind of on the same boat with you. It's like I do have like a wide range of vocabulary, or at least I can. Like it really just comes down to how you apply those words, or like how well you can apply those words. But like again, you don't want to overdo it, because while it might seem good to one of the IB test overseers, I forget.
Like the people who like read.
Yeah, the people who overview it. They may not be like too knowledgeable about like some of the fields that you might be talking about. So you might want to kind of tone it down, especially when you're going deep into one of our pathways. Yeah.
Concise and specific is definitely something important.
Just to be sure, Richmond grades it, by the way. It just gets reviewed eventually by IB, and that's when they send it back to see whether or not it's graded correctly.
Okay.
The teacher will grade it, but the IB people will review it.
Yeah.
And that depends on whether or not, say, if they believe it's a higher score, then all the tests will be moved up to a general margin of a higher curve, while it'd be the vice versa if it's like grading too high.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's something we don't want to gloss over here is also how important structure is to the communication. Because remember how she would go over like how you format your perspectives, whether they be like a group of people or rather than a group of people, more like, oh shoot, I'm blanking on this. It's like a group of people or whatever, never mind. I have blanked on this. But point is, structure is just as important to showcase and demonstrate the flow of your ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And then for our final criterion is engagement and reflection. How did you enjoy writing this?
I enjoyed thinking about writing it.
Did you enjoy it?
The actual writing of it was rough.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed my topic itself. But I don't really. I guess it's kind of hard for me to fathom writing about it.
But as long as you showcase that you were committed to this topic and that it is really relevant to you personally, that's kind of what criterion E is looking for. It's also like the demonstration of your final argument. What is your personal opinion? Because remember, at the end of the day, you are making an argument for what you think and why, at least in your conclusion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we were talking about me, do I think AI should continue to be developed with the intent of military use, or do I think that we should end AI development, at least banish it from military grade weapons completely? And it'll be the same thing for
just like mitigating some of that technology, so that way it like
it's just like, what is your final opinion? I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's that important that we say what our final opinion is here. But do you feel like you have produced a strong argument for your final opinion?
Mm-hmm.
I think my conclusion is getting there. I think I'm gonna have a strong enough argument.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
And that was criterion E, so that's like the entirety of the criteria for RRP.
I mean, to wrap this all up,
any final thoughts?
Any final preparations or maybe tips that you guys would give?
Like any suggestions?
Anything?
Just do it. I'm gonna be honest. If like we have had almost the entire year to go over this.
Use your time in class.
Because like
really use your time in class.
We have had we've been writing the draft for like the past 2 weeks now, right? If we had if I know that like you two are not as locked in. But if you guys had done it right over, you'd have so much extra time, right?
Well, okay. Here's the thing. I put a lot into my outline. So that's the thing. Like I really beef up my outline, and while that's not like I don't suggest doing that. Honestly, I'd say
depends on the person though.
It really depends on how you think. I think honestly a better way is like keeping your outline like straight to the point, and then like reflecting on that maybe later, or like not necessarily later, but like getting through it and then trying to kind of get through those ideas.
Yeah. Just follow your writing style and lock in.
Yeah, but just do it.
If you just do it, pay attention. It is really not that bad. It's like the only thing you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you want your teacher to review it and give you some of like the feedback. So if you don't, then.
All right. Well, I guess this is episode 3 of the West Ada IB podcast or student podcast. I apologize.
Student podcast.
Thank you guys for being here.
Well, thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
See ya.
And before we end the video, I just want to ask you to check out the link in the description. It'll take you to a questionnaire where you can leave any feedback or questions you may have for the IB program. We're excited to hear what you think and hope to answer any questions you may have. Thank you for watching.